I can understand that. I mean, I believe you guys. I mean, I've known the two of you before you started doing this, and before you started doing roller derby, I never would have thought you could take that kind of punishment. So you have to have been going through some intensive training.
Yes.
And not that I'm saying either one of you were weak. It's just that I just couldn't see you guys as that physical. But man,
Well, thank you.
I am just totally amazed at the amount of work that you guys have to put in. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's you've got to put in that kind of work to get to the point where you can get up there on the skates and not get killed. I'd break my neck. I mean, most people, you put them up on a set of skates and have them go around that track one time, and they're going to break their neck or arm or leg or something. So you guys do a lot of, and we can talk that up. Peanut, Slugger-N-Jam, Sarah Whalin. Good morning from the KOZY studios. This is Michael Davis. In the studio with me this morning, I have Sarah Whalin and Peanut, Slugger-N-Jam from the Iron Range Maidens. Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Wonderful.
First thing I got to say, I was at your last home bout, and you guys take some awful punishment to get up there and entertain us. Because I mean that's what it is. You're entertaining us. It's fun. You're raising money for area charities and things. But my goodness, I've seen people body checked halfway across the room and get up and go back to skating. How do you guys manage that?
Intense training. We are definitely all athletes. We focus on a lot of off skates when we don't have practice. We do carry practice 3 times a week, 2 hours at a time. We have a ton of skaters that participate in classes at the Y. They're Taekwondo instructors, they're cycling instructors, we have triathletes. We have those that participate in yoga, running, strength building. So we really, really, really work hard. Our endurance piece. So it's not just about getting out there on a pair of roller skates and knocking someone down. It's about getting back up. It's about maintaining your balance out there. It's, the recovery, the endurance. And if you look out there, we're going out jam after jam after jam. There's not a whole lot of recovery time for us. Yeah, so, I mean, it's nonstop. We started in October of 2010, and we haven't had an off season. We had about a 4-week break over the summer, but yet I would say about 95% of us maintained our, off skates workout and our skates workout. We also have met uptown and invited leagues next to us to come and just do a kind of an open scrimmage with us. So we don't stop. There is no off season for the Iron Range Maidens.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely believe that. Yeah, and I've watched you skate. You're a jammer, and you're fast. Both of you actually are fast because you jam too. But you could actually get out there and speed skate with some of the best in the country. So there is some serious work involved in doing this, and you do it because you enjoy it.
We love it. We don't get paid for any of this. In fact, our entire staff and everyone that's involved are all volunteers. As far as the hard work piece, back to what Peanut was saying, we began in 2010. And all of us, whether we knew it getting in or not, it was quickly realized that we were going to have some massive transformations of our thinking if we were ever going to be able to compete. And that included a transformation of our diets, of our exercise regimen, a lot of vitamin supplements, things of that nature. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work goes into where we've become today.
Absolutely. And like I said, watching the game, it gets brutal folks, if you haven't been to one, come on down and watch them. You'll be crying at some of the hits these guys take. I guarantee you.
You'll be instantly hooked.
Yes, and that's the other thing, instantly hooked. I've been to one. I will be to many more. I'll be at this one.
Yay.
And it's just phenomenal. How many folks now? It started out, like you said, in 2010, and it grew and grew and grew. So it went from the Iron Range Maidens to the Iron Range Maidens and the Attackanites.
Yes.
So you've got a lot of people involved in this.
Yeah, we have our Iron Range Maidens, which would be considered our A squad. And that's what we put out for the main events. And then our Attackanites is sort of more of our development team, where you'll see some of our A squatters playing on the Attackanites, but they're trying new positions. Like, say they want to maybe experiment with becoming a jammer, but they don't want to try that in a main event. So we're going to try them out in the Attackanites, see how it goes, and a little more safer of an environment.
So to use a baseball equivalent, that'd be like the farm league.
Sure.
Although they're not really that minor of a league, because you're still taking some pretty decent hits.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
absolutely.
Now, and it's also a great way for someone who was out with an injury to come back and get fully back into it.
Exactly.
Because we know that the B Cup bomber was in that case. She was out for a while, and now she's coming back up, and we hope she's going to be back in full swing here soon.
Us
Yes.
too.
Yes.
We missed her.
About how many people do you have involved? You said you have your staff and things like that. How many skaters do you have roughly?
We have about 30 skaters. And as far as talking about that Attackanites and the IRM, there's always a steady flow when you're looking at injuries or people just having to take a leave and then coming back on. So you have skaters moving from Attackanites into IRM. It's just one big cycle.
Yeah, and it is. It's kind of like one big team because it's
Yes.
the Grand Rapids area team. So, and I know you've got folks from all over the Grand Rapids area on the teams.
Yes. Well, and, they're very strategic in the naming of the team. The folks that created it in the Iron Range Maidens, they're hoping to draw more from up the Iron Range and be less exclusive and more inclusive of the area.
And it is. One of the things that you guys traditionally do is you donate the proceeds after expenses. You donate it to area charities. And I understand this one's going to be a little bit different. You guys need to raise some funds to help fund the rest of your season.
Yes, this fundraiser is actually for our own organization, the Garda League. The proceeds will go towards Garda's traveling season, which will go all the way through December. And then we will have about a 4-week break, and then we'll be hitting it again in February. So it'll be some time before we are having another home bout to be able to bring in any proceeds to support the league. So this is going to, again, support our traveling season.
But you still have the Chuck-a-Duck, which I found out about last time, and that's an amazing thing. And folks, you got to try that too. And it isn't over until the last duck is thrown.
This is true. I'll ask John Toivonen about it if you ever get a chance to see him.
He was the undisputed winner for a moment, and another duck came along and knocked his out of the contention, and he was a little upset about it. But hey, it's all in this good spirit. Half of the Chuck-a-Duck proceeds is donated to the
Itasca Area Cancer Crisis Fund.
And the other half goes to the winner.
Yep.
So that's pretty nice, you know. You get 50 people out there, that's a couple of bucks that you can take home. So, and the more people you have that you convince to come in with you and grab one of those, the more you got a chance of taking some more home. So
That's right. And it supports a great cause. So.
Yep, absolutely. Now, you'd mentioned folks are trying out different positions, jammers, blockers, and pivot, I think are the positions. Can you give me a quick thumbnail in case somebody out there isn't aware of what the three positions do? Real quick.
A pivot is the person with the cap, or we call it a panty, with a stripe down. So that would be your helmet cover. The pivot's job is to basically inform their group of blockers what strategy that they want to perform out there. And it's ever changing because you're playing offense and defense at the same time. So that's kind of our thinker, I guess you could call it, out there. They're going to tell you what they want you to do, how fast they want the pack to go, when to slow down. Then there we have 3 blockers, and they don't have any panty over their helmet. And they're the ones that are, making holes for their jammer, that are blocking the opposing jammer, that are hitting the opposing blockers. You also have your jammer. That is the person with the star over their helmet. And they're basically the point scorer of the game. They can't do it, of course, without their blockers. But every time they lap an opposing player after their first initial pass through, they're scoring points for their team.
And I'm going to throw in some equivalents here. The pivot would kind of be like the equivalent of the quarterback calling the play.
Yes.
Yep.
And your blockers are the same thing as what you'd have on a football line is blockers or linesmen. But your jammer is usually the one who is the one crossing the goal line.
Yes.
So, folks, it's not foreign. I mean, it's easy enough to understand, and it's a lot of fun, but it's real fast. You've got
fast
several.
game.
There's several officials inside the rink inside,
Yes.
and boy, it was foreign to me at first until I was told what each one does, and it makes sense. You need that many. You've got folks who are pointing out who the jammer is, who's scoring, who's not scoring, and then others watching for fouls and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Each jammer gets their own ref. So a black team will have their own ref, white would have their own ref, and there's a ref on the inside and the outside of the pack. And typically I think they like 2 on the outside because it's such a large area to cover. So you've got 6 to 8 refs plus all your NSOs, which are your non-skating officials, which are the ones running around with the whiteboards and doing the scoring. And I think they like about 14 of those.
Penalty
So,
tracking.
Yep, there's a lot going on down there in that small space.
yeah, there's actually at one time there was more in there than there was on the track.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that would
Because-
be typical.
Yeah, that's very typical. And then you have the penalty seats. Those are cute. Now I saw something that happened at
They're
the
cute, all right.
yeah. I saw something that happened that I need an explanation for. One of the Maidens had a jammer who'd been penalized and was sitting down. The opposing team's jammer didn't sit down and just was running and waiting and waiting and waiting. What was that all about?
Killing the time. If you're talking about our last bout, I know Harbor City was in the lead, and they wanted to kill the time on the clock. You have 2 30-minute halves, and I believe at that moment it was that second half, and they didn't, of course, they knew we were a threat, and we were coming back. So it was their strategy to kill the clock time so that our jammer couldn't get out there and score more points.
Yeah, because the rules are you can only have one jammer, or you have to have a jammer on the track.
Yes.
And if the one was sitting down, she was considered off the track, but the one standing up was still considered on. So yeah, that's tricky. But it's it's good strategy because if you guys needed to do it, you could do it too.
The crowd didn't like that at all.
No, they didn't. I was going to mention that they didn't like that at all.
They were, but they back us. We have the world's greatest fans.
And
They're wonderful.
this brings to mind what if someone wanted to go to your next away bout, how would they go about doing that?
You can look on our website and look for where we're playing and when. As far as the venue and all that, everything is listed there. I mean, if they have any questions whatsoever, there's contact info on the website as well.
Okay,
www.ironrangemaidens.com.
absolutely. Anything else you guys want to mention? I mean, I when and where? We should have told that right off from the start. When and where is the bout going to be this time?
It will take place at the Hodgkins Berardo Arena in Coleraine on Saturday, September 29th. The Attackanites take on Bismarck B at 6 p.m. 7 p.m., the Iron Range Maidens will take on the Bisman Bombshells.
Yeah, this will be our first time hosting them. They're out of Bismarck, North Dakota. So that'll be really exciting. They're really excited to come here and play us and meet everybody. And tickets are on sale at VidCom, which is right next door to Brood Awakenings, or Reed Drug, or Toivos, where we're having our after party. You can get them there also.
And how much are tickets?
They're discounted tickets if you get them ahead of time. They're $8 for adults and $4 for children. 5 and under are free. And then at the door it's 10 and 5, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't wait to the bout. I really can't.
Me
It's
either.
going to be
It's so much fun.
Yeah, and you guys really, really, really get into this, and I can't express it enough, folks. Come on out and watch them. They're having fun and getting their butts kicked all over the place sometimes just to have so much fun that it's amazing.
It's a love relationship. We absolutely love it. We do a lot of butt kicking too, Michael forgot
Absolutely.
to say. But, you know, it's the only sport in the world really where you and the opposing team will literally just go beat the pants off one another. And then afterwards, you go and you hang out and you have just a couple beers together and everything's great.
Yep, absolutely. And I you can't find that in a lot of other
No,
sports. So
no.
Can I also add that we encourage anyone who is interested in roller derby, whether it be reffing, volunteer work, or coming on as a skater, or if you're just wondering what actually does it take to be a roller derby athlete. We practice 3 times a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays currently, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are in Coleraine at the Hodgkin Bardo Arena for that. We have an open door. Come in, check things out. I invite you to step out in a pair of roller skates. We'll give you some safety equipment. Just please, don't be shy. We'd love to have you.
absolutely. And you guys have recruitment drives throughout the year.
We
so.
do. We have an open door, and we've got plenty of extra gear laying around, and we'd love to have you at least come try it on, take a couple whirls around the track, see what you think.
Skaters do need to be 21 with insurance.
Yes.
But if you're looking to just come on and participate in some way until your 21st birthday or until you have insurance obtained, we have areas where you can do that and learn the game.
Yeah, the NSOs are. I mean, they have to be agile to get out of the way, but anyway, thanks both of you for being with us today.
Thanks
And
for having us.
Yes.
we can't express enough, folks. Come on out and enjoy the show. From the KOZY studios with Sarah Whalin and Peanut Slugger-N-Jam, this is Michael Davis.